Hi, my name is Marius Labuskaghni. I'm the Director of Disability Connection. In 1998, I was involved in a motor vehicle accident that left me paralyzed from the waist down. The accident took place 1 month before my 27th birthday. I was 16 years old when I left home, only to return 11 years later. I had to go back and live with my parents. They didn't know how to relate to me, and I didn't know how to relate to them as a disabled member of the family. Needless to say that I fell into depression that lasted for 3.5 years. While I was in hospital, I never received any trauma counseling, and there was nobody to show me that being in a wheelchair isn't the end of my life. My life has now become filled with struggles and obstacles, and I just became more and more depressed. So one day when things got really bad, I decided to take my own life. I got in the bath with my razor stripped, and I was going to cut the artery in my neck and bleed out. And my mom would come from work and let the water out, and the paramedics would fetch my body and take me to the mortuary, and that would be the end of that. I was crying and I was talking to God. I was asking Him to forgive me for what I was about to do, but I just couldn't face this life any longer. I wanted out. And then I had what I can only describe as having an out-of-body experience where I was looking down at myself, and I lost a lot of weight. My hair was halfway down my back, and I didn't recognize myself anymore. And I didn't want to be this person. And then God spoke to me and He said to me, Marius, you're looking at these things all wrong. I still argued with God and said, how can I be looking at these things all wrong? This is my life. This is real. This is as real as what I am real. And then He said to me, Marius, instead of looking at these things as being problems and obstacles, why don't you view them as being challenges? Now, God knows us better than what we know ourselves, and He's made me a problem solver and a troubleshooter. And I think now I know why, because this would be the biggest challenge that I would ever have to face in my life. Was I up for this challenge? There was only one way to find out. So I made a deal with God that day that I wouldn't take my life, and I got out the bath, and friends, my whole life turned around. With every challenge that I started overcoming, I started rebuilding a little bit more of who I was. I started regaining my self-worth, my self-respect, my self-dignity, and before long I started working again. In 2005, I moved to Pietermaritzburg from Johannesburg, and in 2006 I started working at the African Enterprise Leadership Training Center. African Enterprise is a missionary organization committed to evangelizing the cities of Africa in partnership with the church. It was founded in 1962 by Dr. Michael Cassidy, and it has 10 teams operating on the African continent. That same year I became involved with Disability Connection that partnered with African Enterprise and fulfilled part of their mission statement and provided a valuable service towards the disabled communities. And in 2012, Disability Connection, with encouragement of African Enterprise, launched out and registered their own non-profit organization. And in 2017, Barbara Watt, the former director of Disability Connection, retired, and I was asked to take over from her. Now, the primary intent of Disability Connection is to provide tools for the disabled communities in order for them to become fully functional citizens once again, to raise awareness around disabilities and to help bridge the divide between family, community and the disabled person, so that there is inclusion for everyone regardless of any disabilities they might have. We do this in various ways. We have a workshop where we help disabled people come to terms with their own disabilities, and we also train disabled people to become counsellors and mentors so that they can come alongside of newly disabled people and show them and walk with them and encourage them that being in a wheelchair or being disabled isn't necessarily the end of your life. We raise awareness by organizing events that abled and disabled people can join in together and help families and communities relate better to one another. We have talks in churches and educational institutions so that there is a better understanding of disabilities and a disabled person. There's still a lot of stigma and prejudice around disabled people, especially in our rural communities, and we do what we do in order to try and bridge the divide that still exists around disabilities in those communities. The management team of Disability Connection entirely comprises out of people with disabilities that had to come to terms with the struggles that disabled people face themselves. There's a great need to address all these concerns, as there's not much support from government or health institutions here in South Africa, and we really need to address these concerns and try and help people, especially in the rural communities which are marginalized and oppressed. So these are just some of the things that Disability Connection are involved with, and if you feel that you, a family member or a friend, can benefit from the services that Disability Connection have to offer, please get into contact with us and see how we can support you. It is no secret that a project like this needs funding. And if you feel that it is something that you would like to support, then please see the information at the end of the clip and get into contact with us and see how you can come alongside of us so that we can make a difference in the lives of those marginalized and oppressed people that still exist. Thank you very much.